What's up, gang? Welcome to another edition of the Jam Podcast. I'm your host, Hollywood Hathaway, and today is the day that we have this amazing episode with one and only former NFL player, former CFL player, CFL Hall of Famer, Polynesian Football Hall of Famer, former University of Hawaii legend himself. The list goes on, by the way. But Chad Owens is in the building. And this conversation that we have is phenomenal. I promise you want to be sitting down, grab your pen, grab your paper, because as usual, we have another amazing episode here in the Jam Podcast with Chad Owens. Let's waste no time. Let's get to it. Welcome, everyone, to another edition of the Jam Podcast. I'm your host, Hollywood Hathaway, and today, I have a very, very special guest, a real good friend, an inspiration. I'm super excited to hear his story. I'm super excited for you all to hear his story. My man, they call him Mighty Mouse in Hawaii, but we know him as Chad Owens. Chad, welcome to the Jam Podcast, my man.
My dog. Hey, man. First of all, I appreciate it, bro. It's always a blessing connecting with you. Man, we've got so much we can share. But brother, I'm proud of you. Congrats on everything you've accomplished up until this point, all the lives you've affected and changed, minds included, from a training perspective, and bro, just from a mentorship, mental perspective, man, and what you gave me while in college, I still remember today. And brother, so I appreciate you for having me on.
Man, I appreciate it, man. Your words are kind, brother. But the same to you, brother. You've impacted so many lives, and I was just going over all your bio, and I honestly don't know where to start, man. But we're gonna start from the beginning, bro. There's so much to highlight about you, Chad. NFL player, CFL player, world champion in football, Hall of Famer for the CFL, Polynesian Hall of Fame. You're a motivational speaker. You're a pro bodybuilder, actor, former MMA fighter, father. Man, it's so much. Man of faith, like, it's so much. So where do you want to start? I think we should start the audience with, how did Chad Owens become who Chad Owens is today?
Whew, man, that's wow. Where do we begin? Well, what made Chad Owens who he is today is one word.
I like that.
And that's adversity.
Ooh.
I think I was sort of born to go through adversity and to be an example of what adversity truly does for someone, right? And everyone faces different forms of adversity. But, I was literally born into this, this world through an adverse situation, being a month and a half premature, sort of, I don't want to say fighting for my life, but, it was that type of situation, right? When you're a premature baby, it's a high risk, right? And so that's how I entered this world, man, facing adversity, fighting for my life. And, it wasn't normal, right? It wasn't like a traditional coming out healthy, on time, okay. I was fighting from day one. And so I truly believe, man, God had sort of placed that in my life for a reason. And it didn't stop at birth, man. I faced a ton of adversity throughout my life, my sports career. And the biggest one, obviously, and you can relate to this, D, is being undersized. You know what I mean? Undersized and overlooked.
Yep.
So that sparked something. Well, if you're a person that's going to take it that way and use it as motivation, it'll spark you to push and work harder. But a lot of times people run away from it, right? People accept it. People try a different path. They don't try to break that wall down and go through it. You know what I mean? I chose to go through it. You know what I'm saying? I accepted it. I use it as motivation. And that pretty much became my hardwiring. From the very beginning, man. my hardwiring is, where's the next challenge? Where's the next piece of adversity that Chad Owens needs to overcome?
Yeah.
And so the more I did, the better I became, right? And sort of that's the main thing, man, why I was able to accomplish all of what I accomplished, because at not at one point throughout my life and my career where I was ever settled, comfortable, or felt as if that I had arrived.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I was in constant pursuit of the next peak,
Yeah.
the next challenge, right?
Yeah.
The next moment that I can prove that that prove my belief in myself, not prove you wrong, but prove that what I believe in is true to be.
Right. So that started for you coming out of high school. You were a walk-on at UH. A lot of people may not or may know that. I remember hearing about you when I was playing college football. Um, when we come back from the games, and I left my television. I never forget. I left my television on 2 times. Never left my TV on in my dorm room. But I left it on twice, and the 2 times I left it on, it was Hawaii games. And I kept seeing this name, Chad Owens, pop up on the screen. And you were just stellar wide receiver, just kick returner, and it was against BYU. And you had like this stellar game against. I was like, who is this guy, man? Like this guy's killing. Like never heard of you. But talk about your experience of walking on at UH. You know how you said you were wired with that adversity. What were some of the challenges you overcame? And obviously, you had this belief in yourself that no one else had. And talk about how that's important to believe in yourself.
Yeah, man. I mean, the walk-on process when I came out, you know, thankful that I had an opportunity.
Yeah.
All right. But arriving to the University of Hawaii, being a walk-on at that time, bro, it was rough.
Yeah.
You were, I don't want to say you were on the team. That you're on the team, but you weren't really part of the team.
Yeah.
You practice, right? And you know, if walk-ons, you don't get that treatment. You go eat breakfast. All the Scali guys, they had the training table. They were going to eat for free and all that. Walk-ons couldn't eat with the team.
Wow.
Walk-ons had to go and, hopefully you had a meal card or some money to go upstairs and buy your own food. That's how it was. And so it created a feeling of separation. Like, man, this is, damn, like, I'm not part of this team yet, right? It was like, man, I got to earn a scholarship so I can get in there. We weren't even talking about playing the games, D. I was trying to have breakfast. You know what I'm saying? So that motivated me, man, to continue to push and work hard, because I would look at some of the scholarship guys and I'm like, man, I'm outworking that guy. Shoot, I'm out here at practice. I'm watching. I'm actually better than that guy. All right, I got it. Yeah. So, bro, I just let my work do the talking. Man. Work. Show up every day. I didn't complain. I just outworked everybody, bro. Yeah. And then, so I redshirted my first year. Then my second year, same thing, still a walk-on, but with 1 year of experience under my belt. All right. Mm-hmm. So doing that, and I can't remember what game of the season it was. It might have been like the second or third game. And it was against Fresno State, mm-hmm, at home in Hawaii at the Aloha Stadium. And the returner at the time, from the beginning, just wasn't getting it done. Just not getting it done. Yep. So I remember sitting in the locker room at a halftime, and comes storming in is special teams coordinator, Tyson Hilton.
Okay.
And yeah, I remember Coach Hilton. Yeah. Bro, he comes storming in, and he boom, he stares right at me. He points at me, CO, you're returning the second half kickoff, and storms off. And at that moment, all the rest of the walk-on buddies that I was around, they was hyping me up. Said, CO, it's your time, man. It's your time. And sure enough, man, second half kickoff, I take it about 70. Uh-huh. Just get angled out by the safety. Just got me. and the rest is history, man.
Man, as we sit here watching these highlights of you, bro, I'm sitting here looking at like how explosive and your vision is like unmatched, bro. Like,
Yeah, bro. I catch myself watching and wondering, like, man, I was really able to do that.
yeah,
I did that, like, really?
man,
I'll
it's
tear a
amazing.
hamstring now and tear an ACL trying to make those cuts. I'm just like, but it's bro, I worked for that. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? Like I worked hard for that.
yeah,
And it's not just my abilities, D. When I watch these highlights, I see a confidence.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
yep,
I see a level of confidence and a level of passion and gratitude because I was once told I couldn't do it.
man, bro,
And
come on.
working to be able to get to this point, these highlights is from my senior year. This is the best season of my career. That's why I went so hard, and that's why I went so hard
Yeah,
because of what was told to me, right? And to be able to have the success and do these things,
hmm
again, it just proved myself, the belief in myself, right. You know what I mean? And yeah, you have a chip on your shoulder. You want to prove some people wrong, and that's in there too. But by this point, man, as a senior, I've already earned my scholarship, and I'm just playing to win, man. I'm playing for my brothers. I'm playing to get to this Hawaii Bowl.
right,
You know what I mean? And so the driving force was no longer proving people wrong anymore. It was, man, let's go be the best player on that field. Let's
right,
let's go show the world what we're about. What hard work, dedication, and what you talked about earlier, alluding to, is that self belief or what it can lead to.
yeah,
It don't matter what people tell you. It don't matter what path you take. If you believe that you're going to ultimately end up at your goal, regardless of the path, regardless of adversity, that's the biggest tool that you can have is self-belief. That's the
absolutely.
best skill that you can have, man.
Absolutely, man. And it's funny that you mentioned that, Chad, because I just had this conversation with. So I run a mentorship with my coaches. Once a month, I get all my coaches together. It's about 28 of them, strength coaches, and we have like call it a coaches corner, and just get them all in one room and kind of have like a mentorship and kind of have like we do different segments. But I pretty much told them when we talked about career one time, it's just like how you just mentioned. There is more than one way to get to your goal. The key to it is you just have to stay consistent and you have to continuously believe in yourself. Because I know you can probably talk about this. There was probably times when you had self-doubt. There's probably times when you were questioning, am I supposed to be doing this? How you mentioned God had a different plan for you. Am I on the right path? To me, if you read, like, especially if you read the Bible, those are common emotions that you're going to go through, especially when you're trying to achieve a goal. Like, I think the world tries to break you, the enemy tries to break you, people try to break you, but it's just like you said, like you have to know within your knowing that I'm supposed to be doing this. This is my purpose. This is my calling in life. And I'm gonna do whatever it takes to get me there, no matter how long it takes to get me there.
Man, that is spot on. That is spot on, D. I mean, yeah, I've had many a times
Yeah,
self-doubt. Um, Obviously during a lot of injuries, those are times that test you,
yeah,
right? But again, you just got to go back to the foundation of like, all right, I've been here before.
yeah,
I know what to do. It's not where we want to be, but it's part of the process. It's part of my process. This is part of my story.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying? There's been many of off seasons where, and the reason why, I made those plays, D, and I was able to make it, throughout my professional career, is because I pushed myself, man, to the limits
mm,
during the off seasons. I was doing things that, in my mind, no one else was doing. I was willing to do the things that would damn near not kill me, but kill my spirit,
yeah,
test my mind, test my mental, break me.
yeah,
Like, and I got to the verge at times where I was like, man, while they're in the middle of the workout, question like, man, is this really what it takes? I asked myself that a few times, like, man, this is what it takes to be the best, man. Are you still wanting this? Are you, I've been there.
yeah,
But then those are just, that's the devil talking, man. That's
yeah,
the That's the people, that's the envy. That's all those things that are trying to creep into the mind to steer you off track. But then the true you inside emerges and overcomes that. I said, hell yeah, man. Look up. You better get up. You better get to the top of this mountain.
Yeah.
Don't quit. You better get to the top of this mountain. This is what it's taking. This is what you wanted. Are you signed up for this?
Yeah.
Let's go. Like almost self-motivating myself to get back going. And then boom, I finish. So many a times, man, but if, you know, you got to have the ability, you got to have that mental fortitude and that relentless mindset in you here that overrides the world. You know what I'm saying? The negativity. You gotta rise above it. And if you don't have that skill developed, if you don't have that mental toughness to be able to do that, that's when people quit, man.
Yeah.
You know? And so I just never quit.
Yeah, for sure. Now let's talk about something else. Like, as you grew into who you were, you went from this walk-on to this kid who became a stellar punt returner, kick returner, wide receiver. How did you develop that name, Mighty Mouse? Like, where did that come from?
Man, it was a teammate of mine in high school. And to be honest, it's funny because when he first started calling me that, I took offense to it, right? Because he was saying that I was small, right? I mean, Mighty Mouse is like a little, you know, it's a mouse, dog. Like, it's like, bro, like this is when I was immature. I was, you know what I'm saying, in my feelings and just being immature about it. But eventually, 4 years later, you know what I'm saying, as a senior and going into college, man, I got a tattoo of it. Like it's stuck.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because what Mighty Mouse is that it's a mouse that rises above.
Yep.
You know, it doesn't matter the size of the dog in a fight. You know what I mean? It's the fight in the dog. You know, so that's kind of how that started.
Yeah.
And yeah, I mean, I'm not the only Mighty Mouse that was ever called Mighty Mouse. You know, every guy that was ever undersized and had that heart of a lion, probably at one point was like, man, you're like Mighty Mouse.
Yeah.
You know? So, yeah, man, that's how it started.
That's awesome, bro. Now let's dig a little deep. Let's talk a little talk now. As you started to progress higher in your career, obviously you leveled up. I know you talk about leveling up a lot. You probably lost friends and family members that you had to leave aside. Like, how did you deal with that mentally? How did you deal with those challenges? Because, you know, as you grow, some people you can't take along with you. You know what I mean? So did you ever have to encounter any of that as you beginning to level up?
Yeah, man. You know, it's like anytime you're trying to progress in life, it's going to take sacrifices, right?
For sure.
And a lot of times it's sacrificing your once called circle. You know what I mean? Your circle of friends. It could be a relationship. It could be a job. Things you got to let go of. You got to trim the fat. You got to trim the things that aren't serving you anymore, and that's not serving your process and where you're at in life and where you're trying to go. You know, so when I matured, or as I matured in life, I started to understand those things. I started to let go of the things that weren't serving me anymore or serving my purpose.
Yeah.
And so when I started looking to surround myself with people that were greater than me, say maybe in business or in entrepreneurship or in other things, right? I had my football side. I had that pillar pretty much set up. Like I knew what I needed to do as a football player, right? But it was the other things in my life that as I was trying to progress in, I needed to be around that type of energy.
Yeah.
Right. You know, the saying goes that you never want to be the smartest man in the room. Right. If you are, you're in the wrong room. Right. Yep. You never want to be, you always want to be the hardest worker in the room.
Yeah.
That I stuck with, right? No matter where I'm at, I'm gonna outwork you.
Yeah.
Because I want to outperform you at the end of the day.
Yeah.
But man, the sacrifices, I mean, I made sacrifices with my family, like time with them. Those things were hard for sure. But if, you know, the ones that truly love you and care about you, they're going to respect the sacrifice. They're going to understand it.
Absolutely.
And so yeah, man, there's definitely a lot of times as I progressed in my life and in my career, sacrifices were made.
Yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely. Now, 6th round draft pick, leaving UH. You were picked up by the Jacksonville Jags. What did that moment feel like when the Jags drafted you? Like, walk me through that day. What did Chad on experience? What was on your mind that day, that night, that weekend of the draft?
Man, that was probably one of the most nerve-wracking times of my life, of my sports career,
Yeah.
because of all the hype it gets, because of all the pressure it puts on you, I wasn't even a pro yet, and I was already feeling the pressure.
Yeah.
Up until that point, I've never felt any pressure at all in sports, right? Because it was that moment where sports went from fun, right, to business.
Right.
This is
It's straight
this is
business.
business now.
Yeah.
So I felt that weight, and I let it affect me, as it affects a lot of people, man, a lot of rookies.
Yeah.
But the moment I got drafted, I mean, I was projected to be higher, but the first day went by and I didn't get selected. I was like, man, ooh, that changes. That changes the game, because you're anticipating, all this money, and
Yeah.
you're making plans already, sort of, counting the eggs before they hatch, if you
Right.
will.
Right.
And that's just natural, right? As a human being, you're gonna be excited. You're going, oh, I want to do this and that. I want to buy this house. I want to take care of my family, you know. And ended up being a 6th round draft pick. Hey, regardless, bro, at that moment, I felt like I was a 1st round draft pick,
Yeah.
right? Because my name got called. I got drafted into the NFL, man. And you know, uh, at one point in my career, I was told that I was too small and I wouldn't make it. And I should try playing a different sport.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So that moment sort of validated everything for me.
Yeah.
Um, and I really allowed myself to live in that moment and stay in that moment
Yeah.
for that time period. You know what I mean? Because it was deserved, man. My family, my wife, everybody that's made sacrifices, that supported me, that believed in me, we all won in that moment, in that day. You know what I mean?
How
So
you put
I'll
that
never
too.
forget it, man. It was truly, truly special. And you know, it was kind of like, not that I made it, but when I got that call um to come out that second half and return that kickoff against Fresno State,
Uh-huh.
it was very similar to that moment,
Mm.
to where it's like, man, I'm doing it. Like,
Yeah.
I'm doing what they said I couldn't or
Yeah.
wouldn't,
Man.
and so getting drafted sort of gave me that feeling again, and it was just like, let's go. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Let's do this.
Yeah. Man. And I like how you put that we made it. Because that's key, brother. Because for me, that tells me that you recognize you couldn't have done this without a supporting family, friends, team. Like, how big was that for you? Like having that supporting.
It was everything. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Because I was a young father, right? I
Yeah.
got married, young, while in college. So my life changed immediately when my son was born. It was no longer about me or Rena. It became, all right, I got a son.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I got to provide. It's not about me anymore.
Right.
So it became we, early on. And I think it's just something to, growing up in Hawaii, being Hawaiian, being part of this culture, family values get
Absolutely.
instilled very early, right? And so um ohana is everything, man. Ohana over everything, right? That's the saying. And
Oh yeah.
and that's really what it was, man. I was supported by everybody, all the most important people in my life, and it was a truly special day. And I think everyone was just so proud that because they all seen me as a little baby toddler playing sports, the smallest kid out there, running around, a rascal out there. It was like, wow. So they see that little kid, here, basically living his dream.
Yeah.
or accomplishing his childhood dream.
Absolutely.
It was truly special.
Absolutely. And it's for people who haven't ever, if you've never been up to Hawaii, Hawaii is a special place, man. I remember when I came out there, it's like you said, I got to come out there through strength and conditioning, and Coach Tommy, Coach Heffernan, man, shout out to Coach Tommy, brought me out there, but he embraced me with open arms. His brothers, his family, his mom, all of his family, man, like everyone, like they made you just feel like you were a part of them. And that's the Hawaii culture. It's a phenomenal place. I don't even know if you remember how we first met. Do you remember how we met? I do. I remember exactly where we were.
Well, I don't know what the exact moment was, but I just know that you were a new assistant strength coach.
Yeah.
And what was it out there? Was it on the field?
Yeah, we were both, you was on one side of the field doing sprints. I was on the other side of the field doing sprints, and I had the ladder. And then you came over, you was like, "Can I jump in and do some footwork?"
Yeah, okay. Yeah. That's right. That's right. And did I ask you if you were a player? Like what did I say? If you coming in,
Yeah,
you
you
trying
thought I was
out?
a player. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, "This dude looks familiar, man." He's like, "Yeah, I'm Chad." Like, I was like, "Damn, that's the dude that was the punt returner years ago in Hawaii." And then, man, ever since then, we freaking kept in touch. Every time you come into town or whatever, we do some speed work or whatever, man. And you always like brought me to your camps and things like that. So, man, I'm always grateful for the relationship we had. And honestly, you were like I don't know, a big brother to me in a sense, like because I feel like we had the same mindset, like overcoming. Always had to overcome. Always had to prove people wrong. Like you said, just you get overlooked a lot of times because of size and all that stuff, but we never let that become an excuse for us. And like you said, you either got to go through their wall, or all right, they're not gonna let me in this way. I'm gonna find a way to get there, one way or the other. So, and that's why, man, just having this talk with you is just so rewarding. CFL, you go on to the CFL after the NFL, and honestly, like this is where your career like really like took a rocket takeoff. Like talk about the CFL, how that happened from the NFL. Like walk us through that step.
Yeah, man. You know, it's the NFL didn't pan out to be what I had envisioned it to be for me.
Yep.
I had to learn the hard way. I had to experience what I experienced, you know, the business of pro sports.
Yeah.
Me not making it in the NFL had nothing to do with physical abilities at all. Because I proved that. I mean, I knew I had what it took to play there and to excel there. It was all in between the ears, man. It was, you know, I wasn't mentally ready to take on all of what pro football does to you.
Yeah.
Right. And so I had to go through that grinder, man, you know, getting cut, getting waived, getting injured, and then having pressure to perform because I got a family to take care of. I got all these eyes watching me. I got coaches who say that they can't trust me. You know, all these things that I never had to worry about as a kid playing sports all up until college. Like never had to worry about anything. Right. But going out there and doing what I do, right? And so my time in the NFL was there was just so much added pressure.
Mm-hmm.
I got in my own way.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And it showed on the field. But when I got to the CFL, right? I was coming off of a ACL injury that I sustained in the Arena Football League. So I went NFL and then Arena League for 1 year in 2008 and was tearing it up. Like literally, I had my confidence back. I was good. I was ready. And I was literally on a man on a mission. And then I tear my ACL the last game of the season. Oh. And I'm like, damn. You know, again, another low. Mm-hmm. But right? I rose above that, rehabbed, got myself back, and headed up north to Canada to a league that I've never even heard of. I never knew about the CFL, to be honest with you. But I went because, hey, it's an opportunity. I went, embraced it, learned the game, and then became the league's best player, the league's top player, you know what I'm saying, record holder, and now Hall of Famer. And so, you know, again, I'll say this, man, everything happened to me for a reason. You know what I mean? It was to build me mentally so that I can go up north, go up to Canada and excel. And I had a lot more experience mentally, and I was, you know, obviously the physical abilities were there, and everything was just in sync, man. And, you know, in that 2010, 11, and 12 seasons, you know, I amassed over 10,000 all-purpose yards, you know, eclipsing over 4,000 yards in 2012, including the playoffs, you know, all-purpose yards. And we won the Grey Cup that year. I was an MOP, which is the most outstanding player. It's equivalent to the league MVP.
Right.
And yeah, it was just dominant, man. And it was all of what I did in Canada, bro. Like, that's what I envisioned myself doing in the NFL. And I believe I would have been able to do that if I had the right mental toughness and or a crystal ball, and I could have seen the future prior to getting to the NFL. But yeah, man, I enjoyed myself. I made lifelong friendships, and I'll never want it any other way, man. Like, it was a blessing, brother. Like being in Canada was a true blessing, and my success there, you know, you talked about it earlier, it just led to the CFL Hall of Fame and the University of Hawaii Sports Circle of Honor, which is their Hall of Fame, the State of Hawaii Sports Hall of Fame, my high school Hall of Fame, and then recently the Polynesian Football Hall of Fame. So racking up 5 Hall of Fame you know, inductions in a matter of what, a year, right? Just little over a year. I mean, it's pretty wild, bro. And it just I look back at everything, I'm like, wow.
Yeah.
It was all worth it, man.
Yeah. For sure, man. And that just goes to show, man, like, it's a scripture in the Bible. It reminds me of this quote that I read in the Bible, like, a man makes his plans, but God orders his steps. You know what I mean? So it's just like, we have all these plans in our mind that we're going to do this, we're going to do that. But our creator is like, no, I want you to go this way because this is going to be better. And you're not going to have to compromise who you are as a person and still get all that fulfillment that you're looking for at this place over here. And man, just hearing you say that just pretty much solidifies like what the scripture says, you know, things you even ministered to me right now myself. Like, everything that I've been trying to accomplish, it accomplishes, but it's on his timetable. That's what I learned. It's always on his timetable. And I found out, like, when you try to force things to happen and you rush the process, you always put yourself in a predicament that's a predicament you really shouldn't even be in. So, man, this is awesome hearing this, bro.
Yeah, man. Hey, they say don't rush the process, trust the process, right?
It, bro.
So, you know, that's hard to do too, man. Like, that's why I say, man, to me, if you're listening to this right now and you're a youngin', you know, you're on your come up, man, get your mental right. Get your mental strength right. We want the physical strength. We want to put up numbers in the weight room. Yes. But the most important muscle that's going to help you in life first, and then naturally in sports, is that mental muscle.
Yeah.
And you need to, and the way you train it is by listening to these types of podcasts, reading things, self-growth. Like, you got to get that mental aligned with things. And you got to have the foundation. Yeah. You got to have faith in your life, got to have God in your life to have that solid foundation. And, you know, at that time when I was going through it, man, in the NFL, like, I wasn't really solid, you know, there. I wasn't really, my foundation wasn't really set. And I'm going to tell you why. You know, at that time, 2005, 2003, 4, 5-ish, the hottest thing out, right, was like MTV Cribs. And so the influence at the time, we had no social media, man. It was just TV, and like what you saw was MTV Cribs, all these NFL players.
Yep.
What was it? It was cars, athletes and pro athletes, cars and houses and jewelry, like, and money. So the mindset of what you chase, it was that.
Yeah.
So I became sort of like influenced to chase that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Absolutely.
As opposed to trusting in God, trusting your foundation, not chasing money, cars, celebrity status, fame, but rather I should have been chasing consistency, bettering myself, strengthening my mental disciplines, and just utilizing what I've done all up until that point.
Yeah.
Right. Instead of trying to take my mind to what I was influenced by, like, okay, I want to do this with it. I want to buy this house. I want to get this car. I want to become a celebrity. Like that became the why.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's not how you should do it. Even in today's world, man, it's even worse because of social media.
Worse.
So the influence of today, it's almost like it makes it seem so easy.
Right.
To become famous. And because it is. Society has made it easy to just be a knucklehead on social media and you get famous.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And so it's like, it's a double-edged sword because it provides our kids with more opportunities than we've ever had.
Right.
Right. To become millionaires. There's so many ways to become a millionaire now. You just got to find some kind of thing and TikTok every day. And, you just go viral and you provide something. And okay, boom. Like you're doing it.
Right.
So it's just a lot more accessible. It's easier, but at the same time, it can be harder. Yeah. Right. It doesn't create consistent, like a legacy. You know what I mean? Your habits you build today aren't the same as what was needed to be built in our time.
Right. Yeah.
So, but then again, right, D, we grew up in that world. They're growing up in this world.
Exactly.
So it's two totally different eras. Like they got the MJ LeBron debate thing. Like it ain't, bro. It's never gonna end because it's two different eras. Like so. But yeah, man. At the end of the day, it comes down to what you choose to believe in.
Yeah.
What you allow to influence you or lead you. And so, yeah, I mean, that's kind of what it comes down to, man. You got to make sure you're solid on your foundation and the people around you. The foundational things, man, fundamentals. At the end of the day, the fundamentals don't change.
Absolutely. Chad, what's Chad's top 3 fundamentals for foundation?
Well, man, faith, family, and I'm just going to say fitness. My wife loves these F words, man, but faith, family, fitness. But in fitness, it's like fitness/health.
Yeah.
All right. And that's your mental health, your physical health, your financial health.
Yep.
So I'd put that all in that fitness health aspect. So those are the 3 staples, man, that if you can have those things solid, you're going to give yourself a chance to be successful in whatever you do.
Absolutely. Absolutely. That's what I built this podcast off of. Those 3 things, man. Faith, fitness, and finances. And everything else is a subcategory of that. So absolutely right, man. I love that. Question. Since you brought it up, MJ or LeBron?
Look, man, it's I mean, LeBron is at the top of every single list now. You know what I mean? Granted, he's played for this long, but why did he play for this long? Just because he took care of his body.
Yeah.
Right? And there's so many arguments, bro. But again, I grew up on MJ and I was able to watch LeBron. Like I just saw both. Both are dominant, but there's so many players, there's so many athletes that are dominant today, bro. Like that's in basketball. I played football. Yeah. I played basketball too, but I was never going to go anywhere because I was 5'7", right? So football, I train athletes. You train athletes as well, right, D?
Yeah.
You train people, you see it. The skill level is getting better and better and better at a younger and younger age.
Yeah.
Right? Why is that? Well, it's because the access that these kids have, what they can watch now, how they can mimic and what they can do, it's all out there.
Yeah.
Right? So I think that the whole debate, it's almost, it can't even be a debate, man, because it's different times.
Yeah.
Right? How about you flop? You put LeBron in MJ's era, you put MJ in LeBron's era. What's it going to be?
Right.
I think it'll be the same thing. They're both going to be dominant, because at the end of the day, what makes greatness isn't the era, isn't the competition level that's you're going against. It's the individual.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's the individual and their just their makeup, their wiring. You know what I'm saying? I was wired the way I was wired, and those guys are wired the same way. They're going to stop at nothing to be great, to win. And they're going to be willing to do whatever it takes to achieve that. And so, you know, it's, man, you got the Tom Brady's, the Tiger Woods, all the great athletes that ever played their games, man, and their sports. It's all the same wiring.
Yeah.
You
absolutely.
know? So I can't pick one over the other. It's just greatness is greatness, man.
For sure.
It's that's what the Hall of Fame is for. That's what these certain individuals get put into that 1% group, is because they were just willing to do what 99% of others weren't.
Absolutely. Absolutely, man. That's good right there. Now, we've talked a lot about your football side, but a lot of people know.
Let's go, pump it up.
There's more to my man CEO. We're gonna start off with the movie star.
Yeah.
Talk about that movie star, Chad Owens.
Well, you know, when I was a kid, I had two childhood dreams.
Yeah.
One was to be a pro athlete. Two was to be an action star in a movie. You know what I mean? Being the hero. You know, because I grew up on things like Rocky and Rambo, The Predator, and all these, you know, Van Damme, all these you know, type of movies that it takes, I guess, a similar will and desire to be the hero, right, than it does to be the game changing playmaker.
Yeah.
You know, it's similar. And so when my career was pretty much done, man, I had aspirations to get on TV, to get on camera, to act. And I had an opportunity, and man, I was able to check off that box. You know what I mean? I was in a few movies, and most recently, Jason Momoa's Chief of War. I was a stunt actor, doing some fight scenes. And so, yeah, man, I'm over here collecting residual checks from these movies and TV series I was in, you know? So it's cool. It's cool. I'm looking forward to more work though. You know, I'm excited.
Look, I remember
I'm trying to get on set with The Rock though. I told him that too. I told DJ, because he came down and said, man, what's up? Like Jumanji, like we ain't got nothing. Get your boy on there.
Hey, tell him to pull us both, bro. Tell him you tell him you know a Kevin Hart stunt double.
I know. I forgot about that. That's right. You can legit be Kevin's stunt double, bro.
Man, you know how many times I get called him, like in a week?
We've talked about this, bro. You know what you start doing? Hey, honestly, this is what you start doing. You will get linked with Kevin Hart.
All right.
Just start doing reenactments. Just start being Kevin Hart on social, bro.
Okay.
Trust me.
All right.
Just take one of his stand-ups or like a line in a movie and go dress up like him and go do it. And then you want to go viral, start going around and walking around and getting someone recording you being Kevin Hart.
No
like
way.
just talking to people. Hey, how many people actually have asked you for your autograph for Kevin Hart, thinking you Kevin Hart?
Every week I get called Kevin Hart.
Hey, sign it. So, hey, you know what, you want to take a photo? Get a photo? Yeah, let's go. Sign something for him, get a picture. Bro, have it all documented, bro. This will go viral. It'll be hilarious. And I bet you get linked with Kevin Hart eventually. So you got to do that, bro. It's 2026. That is closer than you actually think it is, bro.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right, bro. You are absolutely right on that, man. And I was like, dude, I get called this guy so every Chad. What I mean, I tell you every week. Look, example. I was at a gas station and I was pumping gas, and there was this lady. She was on the other side of the pump, and I kept seeing her poke her head around, like on the pump. And in my mind, I'm like, I already know what she's thinking. Like, I'm just gonna wait for her to come on the other side of this pump and just ask me. So she pokes her head around again, and I'm pumping, and I'm about to put the pump back, get to the car. She's like, excuse me, sir. I was like, yes, ma'am. She's like, I don't mean to bother you, but I just finished the sentence for her. I was like, I'm not Kevin Hart, man. She's like, yes, she's like, yes, you are. I was like, no, I'm really not. Like, so I had this debate with this lady. I was like, ma'am, I promise you I'm not Kevin Hart. I was like, it's okay. I was like, I get called this every single week. Every week, bro. So I just tell people I'm the Kevin Hart of strength and conditioning. There you go. We're gonna leave it at that right there. So that's, man, it's nuts, bro. You know what's crazy?
Hey, I'm just gonna start calling you Dewan Hart Hathaway. Hey, you gotta roll with it, man. I'm telling you,
dude.
You can literally get on, even if it's like a stunt double.
Yeah.
You literally, like, they might give you some lines for real,
man.
Like, you could be a stand-in. You know, there's a stand-in, there's stunt doubles, there's all kinds of work you can get on in the film industry, bro. Like, it's real. It's real.
It is a real thing.
I'm telling
It's
you.
fun too, like you mentioned. Like, man, I ain't gonna lie, that's the most fun I had. Like,
bro, it's game time. Like, it's like action. It's like I'm in the game.
Yeah.
It's the one thing that's clicked even more than bodybuilding. That being on set gave me more of that game day in the game feeling than anything else, bro. Like, it is amazing. I love that rush.
Absolutely. You know what's weird? I remember when you came to Savannah, man, and let me tell you, this is what's weird though. I was in the hotel lobby, sitting there watching videos like Facebook, and I clicked on your was it story?
Yeah, was it the CO2 rundown?
No, this was you were in
I thought
you were in Tybee and you had posted some videos, and I was just sitting there watching them, and I was like, well, I'm gonna go eat now. So I put my phone in my pocket, and I hear your voice. So I'm thinking in my head, my phone is still on. And you remember you were walking towards me, and I'm like, Chad?
Yeah.
You was with some other guy. Like, y'all was recording a film out from Tybee. And he was like, D? He was like, what are you? And it was just like, you didn't know I was in Savannah?
That was the craziest coincidence,
Crazy, bro. Crazy. And we did a quick CO2 rundown right on the spot that day.
Yeah.
That was nuts, man.
That was man, that's just God, bro. Like,
it is.
You know, the energy that, you know, it's the law of attraction, man. Same energy. Like, I mean, just think about it, bro. Like, I could have been anywhere else in the world. I'm from Hawaii. What the hell am I doing in Savannah, Georgia?
Right.
Well, I'm finishing up a few scenes, right, from the Paradise City, the movie I was in, right? That's why I was there.
Yep.
Right. They flew me out there, and it's just like
the time.
What's the coincidence? Like,
right.
It's crazy.
Yeah, because I usually go and eat. I go down. I think it was a Thursday. We were down there. I usually go and eat dinner at a certain time, and I delayed it that day. And I was like, well, I'm gonna go now. And I was like, well, let me go sit in this lobby for a little bit, X, Y, and Z. And it was crazy, man. And I was like, why do I hear Chad's voice? Like, is somebody playing like his video? I thought it was my phone, like I said, but you're right there in front of me, bro. It was crazy. Craziest thing that ever happened. So that was nuts. Bodybuilding.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Yeah. Let's talk, baby. Now we're talking. When's the next show? You a pro? You're a pro now, right? Aren't you got your pro card?
Yeah. I got my pro card in 2024.
Nice.
Yeah, man. I pursue bodybuilding again, just out of being the competitor that I am. You know what I mean? Yeah. I've always worked out. I enjoy training. You know that about me.
Mm-hmm.
And when I was done playing, 2018 was my last season. And then, 2019, I was going to actually pursue it then. But then COVID hit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We're still in Toronto. And then so that shut things down. Gym shut down. And then so 2020, we moved back home to Hawaii. And obviously I'm gonna go to the gym, I'm gonna train, but it was still in COVID times. And, you know, in 2021, things sort of opened up a little bit more again. And then I was like, I was just training out of UFC gym, and I just, you know, people were like, man, you should compete. I'm like, what? Yeah, right. You know, and then the more I was training, and I was like, man, you know what? Like, maybe I should. I just try it just for fun.
Yeah.
And bro, I trained, I got ready for it, and I finished like third and fourth. You know what I mean? And that's what pushed me, bro. I was like, all right, I finished third and fourth. I want to win.
Yeah.
I'm not cool with that. You know what I mean? That competitor in me kicked in. And so I went back to work. I hired another coach and went all in and ended up winning that show, the Sean Ray Hawaiian Classic, as an amateur in 2022. I spent the whole year prepping to win that show. And I did. And then after that show, it was like, all right, time to go national, time to try and, I guess, turn pro. Let's see what we can do. 2023, I prepped for one show again. I was putting all my eggs in that one show to do it. It didn't happen. And in 2024, I prepped again for one show and then got it.
Wow.
You know, so it was awesome because 2024, I hit turned pro. Then I did my pro debut at home, Deshaun Ware again, finished third, which was super cool. Got my first check for being a pro bodybuilder, finished third. I got a check, you know. And then 2025, this past year, I did 3 shows, man. It was a long year of prep, you know, and the shows are spread out. So it's kind of hard. It's hard to sustain a certain look for so long.
Yeah.
The body takes a toll, man. And so after my last show, November 2025 here at home, I had to shut it down. Like I just took a break from November 8th all up and through the holidays. And I literally this coming week, like I'm gonna start getting back in to the groove again. Because mentally I'm ready to. Like I needed a mental break because bro, you go since 2021, I've been locked in. Like literally, that's all I do. You know what I'm saying? Eat the same meals at the same time, work out. Like it's just like clockwork. And I just needed a break, bro. Like a full break, a full let go.
Yeah. And
I had no timing on when. I just was gonna go off the feeling of when I felt mentally ready to start going again. And I'm at that point. So it's we're gonna start back up again. I haven't looked at the schedule yet. I don't know what shows I'm doing, but it's definitely gonna be a string of shows that's closer to together, like within a week or 2 weeks apart. You know what I mean? Not freaking. I did June, September, and then November. Damn. That's tough, man. Like that's tough.
Right. Yeah,
it's stretched out, boy. Yeah. So, yeah, man. But I got to get back on my coach and kind of formulate a plan, and we'll see. But bodybuilding has been cool, man. It's opened up a whole new world for me, a whole new network of people, friends, business. And that's just what I'm leaning into now. That's what's sort of, you know, allowed me to now become an online fitness coach. I focus on more like lifestyle coaching for transformations for people. And I just launched this year, 2026, you know, the Men of Mana Brotherhood. It's a membership, you know, masterclass type for men 40 and over, that's looking to sort of reignite their peak, or if they've never reached their peak, if they've been, you know, and it's looking for that support. I've created a 12-month masterclass, bro, and that's kind of what I'm focusing on now. That's, if you notice my posts, it's a lot of things like that now, and it's going to be going, you know, educational. It's going to be hitting pain points and things like that. So hence why I created this setup for myself.
Yeah.
Because I'm gonna be doing more, motivational, more, just more direct, sort of like I'm speaking to you. You know what I'm saying? Like that type of content. And then, I want to be able to sit down here with two chairs with me and Rena and kind of go over like relationship things. You know what I mean?
Awesome, bro.
So that's kind of what we got planned for this year, and that's where my focus is on business, and bodybuilding is going to be more of a passion and secondary sort of thing. Whereas the last 3-4 years, bro, it was sort of like the main thing.
Yeah. So where can they find your 12-week course?
Well, they just got to, you can't, there's no way to find it online. You got to be a member and you get access to it, so you tap in, you can DM me, my Instagram at Owens too. But yeah, I'm going to be posting a lot about it. So if you're interested, man, even if you're 35, we're going to open it up, I think, to 35 and over, because I feel there's been some men in their 30s that are sort of struggling with certain things. You know what I mean? Yeah. And so I want to be able to open it up and have and be able to support these guys. So yeah, just follow me on Instagram, man, and follow the stories and posts, and just, if you're interested, follow the call to action, man. It's most times it's DM me the word mana, or whatever the call to action is. But yeah, I'm looking forward to this, bro. This is big, D, because now I get to really impact, more people. I did it as an athlete, inspired youth and doing that stuff. But now as a man that's 43, about to be 44, it's kind of like when we get to this age, it's like we hit halftime, right?
Yep.
And we've got another half of life to go. What did we do in the first half? Well, that stage we're probably partying, enjoying, doing things, not really thinking about life so much. I was fortunate to be a pro athlete during my 20s and 30s. But now it's at a different time. I'm at a different phase. And a lot of men go through that midlife crisis, you know what I'm saying? Like, and they're just trying to reinvent themselves. A lot of men go through divorce. A lot of men lose their jobs, or a lot of men are tired of their jobs. Their health is starting to decline, because as we get older, our levels, everything changes. Right. So what we used to eat and still stay in shape in our 20s, in our 40s, it's not happening.
It ain't happening.
I mean? So there's a lot of things that you need to change as you age. And so I just want to be able to be that bridge, man, to help these men continue to thrive. You know what I'm saying? Be their best. Yeah. In their 40s and 50s. You can still be in incredible shape, in this time, in these years.
Absolutely. Absolutely, bro. And I want to support, man. Let me know anyone who signs up, any man that signs up for Chad's course. I'll send them my free book manuscript as well too.
Yeah, that book's phenomenal, guys.
It's pretty much like kind of like what you're talking about, Chad, a program for men to kind of find themselves. And the manuscript is an acronym. So each letter is an acronym. Short book, 35 pages, but it's going to be free. I want you to sign up for Chad's course because I like what he's doing. We're here to change people's lives. So, I mean, in a positive way. So, yeah, brother. We're wrapping it up, Chad, man. I don't want to wrap it up because you dropped so many.
I know. We can keep going all day, bro.
All day, man. We can chat all day, man. I got so many more questions. But I want to wrap it up. And I want you to talk about, real quick, the biggest takeaway that you want people to receive from this discussion that we had today.
Well, I mean, we went over a lot, right? I mean, the biggest takeaway, guys, just use my life, use my story, and find a way to put it into your life, right? Because I know in this perspective, there's parallels in everyone's life. If I was to, hear more of your story, D, or someone else's story, I can fit myself into that. I can put myself and use that as an example, right? So I want you guys to use me as an example and as a motivator to help you navigate through your life and what you have to overcome. Or if you're in the storm right now, hey, look at what I was able to do and how I did it to sort of bounce back and to come out of come out of that mud. You know what I mean? Because a lot of times we hit that quicksand moment, bro, where we feel like, man, we just sinking, right? Sinking, right? And you start to panic and but if you just had that calm sort of trust and that God and that faith and, you were grounded that way, all you have to do is look right there. There's a rope right there, man. There's a rope. The rope been sitting there. The rope been sitting there, bro. Just grab that rope. And guess what's on the other side of the rope? A whole team of people like looking at you like, bro, grab the rope. We're going to pull you out. You know what I mean? So it's things like that people just need to realize that you're not alone. So the biggest takeaway, Dewan, for all the listeners, if you're going through it, you're not alone, right? I went through it. D's gone through it. Everyone's going through it. You're not alone, right? Ask for the help. Reach out, grab that rope that's hanging and dangling right there in front of you. You see it. So don't be afraid to reach out to help, man. And at the end of the day, no matter what, always believe in yourself. Always believe in yourself, because that is the X factor. Others can't believe in you. Your support system, your circle, they can't want it more than you want it. You have to want it. You have to believe it. You have to do everything that you can for it, right? And with that relentless mindset and the support system, the help, that's just going to be bonuses for you. You know what I mean? You reach out for that support when you need it. At the end of the day, you got to walk that walk. You got to climb that mountain. No one's going to climb it for you, right? Man. So I know that's a kind of a lot for a takeaway, but all encompassing, man, that's what I'm hoping that, the people take away from this podcast today, is that life is gonna be tough. There will be struggles. Life is guaranteed to give you adversity. There's no easy way, man. There's no easy way. And the sooner you can realize that, the sooner you're going to think, damn, okay, I need to prepare for this hard times. I need to get myself right mentally so I can overcome the walls and, fight through these things that I know is coming my way. Man.
That's deep, brother. Bro, I wish you can keep talking for another hour.
Trust me, I will be. On the Chad Owens page, bro. Like I have a YouTube. I'm gonna be starting to do more YouTube. But D, you got to put me on this Riverside, bro.
I do, bro. Like,
send me the link. Send me whatever we need to. But yeah, brother, I appreciate you for having me on, bro.
Man, look, I appreciate you for coming on. Like, I know you're on Hawaii time. Shout out to everyone in Hawaii. I got the UH on today.
I seen it, bro. Hey, and they turned it around. The boys are back. The boys are back.
Back, baby. Coach Chain still got him.
Hey, ranked 12th going into this next year's poll. You seen that?
Nah.
National ranking, bro.
Well,
12th.
Is Coach Chain still the head coach?
Yeah. I think he's got one more year left on his contract, but hey, they better re-up that man.
Man, come on, bro. That's awesome, bro. Hey, maybe you need to go out there too. Get them White House right. So
hey, God willing, bro. Like it didn't happen initially. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I applied and I didn't get in. So I'm just trusting the process, bro. I don't fight against it.
No.
I just trust it, bro.
Yeah. In time. Everything happens in perfect timing, brother.
That's it.
Chad, bro, thank you so much, man. Man, I love you as a brother.
Love you too, dog.
Guys, I know you got I know the audience got a lot of nuggets out of today's episode. Listen to this, share this, replay it. I'm going to put all of Chad's information in the show notes. And just be sure you click on his page. He has some good information, some good motivation. Just a great guy, man. Great guy. Thank you again, Chad. Thank you to the Jam Podcast family. As we always say, stay fit, fix your finances, and keep the faith. Y'all have a great night. Love y'all.
Aloha.
We hope you all enjoyed that edition of the Jam Podcast. I want to give a special thanks to our sponsors, the world's #1 dog waste carrier, Fido bags. If you have a dog, click the link below and purchase a Fido bag today. Also, you guys should go and purchase my new book, Manuscript, which is a 10-step principle for all males who's trying to do self-improvement. This is a phenomenal episode today, talking about mental development. And if you want to continue that journey, click the link below as well, which is in the show notes. Purchase this book, Manuscript, found on Amazon.